Alright, robot, here's the project. Sometime between now and the end of the day, that thing is going to be 2 feet lower. And the reason I have to do that is because instead of the regulation adult height of 10 feet, I'm now going to have to reduce it to 8 feet for some reason. This is a 4-part project. One is I'm going to have to take off those rusty bolts. We'll deal with that in a minute, the first part of that in a minute. And then I'm going to have to drop this backboard off of here carefully so as not to mess it up. Then I'm going to have to attach this pole to it. By that I'm going to have to drill holes through this one and also the pipe up here. Once that's done, I'm going to straighten this thing up. Years ago, some dumbass hung from the front of that rim and bent this thing so that it tilts forward a little bit, and I don't like that. And then finally, at the end of the day, I'm going to put this thing back up. It's more desirable to take those clamps off without messing them up, for the simple reason that I don't want to. I want to be able to slide this thing off the top in one piece. I put this up years ago, and tell the honest truth, I don't remember exactly how I did it, but I would like to get it all off in one piece. So that's the scoop. Alright, there are 4 main methods for doing this job right here. One is you just get the biggest wrench you've got and use brute force and torque those things off, and it's likely in this case that I'll break off the end of one of those bolts, and I prefer not to do that. The second way is to use some penetrating lubricant, which is what I'm actually going to do. Try to loosen them up that way, let it soak in for an hour or two, and then come out here and try to do the same thing, and that should be better. The third method is heat and beat. And if I need to, I'm going to take my nice blowtorch and torch the hell out of it and try to get them off that way. And then the fourth one, of course, is I could come along here with my angle grinder and cut those things off, and I don't want to do that. Alright, I'm going to climb this ladder now. This ought to be entertaining. Alright, robot, the left side of this thing is going to get something called blaster. I'm going to blast it with this blaster. These top ones are pretty well rusted. And this is kind of sloppy stuff, obviously. And the right one is going to get this stuff GT85. And the benefit on this one is it's got PTFE, better known as Teflon, in it. I'm going to spray the crap out of that too. I can hardly wait till I have to come out here and try to crank these things off. This is a little tidier and easier to work with, I would say. Alright. We'll let these soak in and come back later. Smell you later. See what I'm up to here, robot? I'm going to build myself a little support that's 10 feet tall so that I can put it under that thing so that when it falls down it won't fall on my head. There it is. Alright, I got my shot set up. Tell you what, robot, I'm going to take a safety precaution here and bungee this thing onto the top right here so it doesn't fall off. Let me get this last bolt undone. Then I can let it go gently if I'm watching. All right, here we go. So freaking straight. Now there's only one thing to do, which is grind these things off. Try to find a replacement, which I can. I didn't know I could before, but now I know I can. All these are is 4-inch U-bolts. I should be able to find some of these down at, I know they've got them at Tractor Supply. Let me get my angle grinder out. Alright, we're back and running. Note that I've got the safety schmafety glasses on. It means that I'm serious. I'm going to get my face a little farther away from this thing. We could have put that bungee up there more intelligently so that all I would have to do is lower this thing down gracefully. Of course, I didn't do that. That's fine. Everything's going to be fine here. I don't fall off this ladder. We don't want to completely drop this thing. We'll have to lower it down gently. We still only got down a couple more steps. Dangerous. Let's improve our shot a little bit. Yet. Too bad you're not in the shot. Alright, phase one of this is done. I'm declaring bueno. Only made a little thud. Dropped more or less straight down. You can see what I have to do to straighten this thing up. There's not all that much. I think it'll bend right there. And now it's time to go on to stage two, which is drill my holes in that pipe for my long nuts and bolts.